Hi all, welcome to Dr. Mary's Garden channel and to the second episode of the series Let's Make It
Today
Together.
I went shopping and I saw that they're selling big boxes of persimmons on sale. This is just some of it, but literally something around 15 kilos or so, only for $5. I couldn't resist. So I decided that I'm going to dry the biggest parts of the batch, but because some of them were very soft and plump, I thought I'm gonna make some jam with them. So yeah, let's make persimmon jam together. I'll just take out the top, and if there are any defects or any black spots, I just remove the black spots. I'm not going to peel them or anything, I just drop them in the main bowl, and I do the same thing with the rest of them. I fixed the persimmons, I took all the tops off, I took any defected or black spot out as well. I'm going to roughly cut them in a few big pieces like this. And the reason is I want to make sure that there are no seeds in them. Like some of them, which are soft like this, you just squish them. And all the persimmons, I made sure there is no seeds in them. And now I have put my main bowl over a scale. It shows 0. So just weigh these persimmons to see how much they are. Basically roughly get to a bit over 1.3 kilos. Because these persimmons are so sweet, to start with I'm not going to put equal amount of sugar. So what I have done so far, I have put the persimmons in this pot and I'm adding some raw sugar to it. I don't want to make this jam too sweet at the start. As it cooks, I can adjust the sweetness. So I'm gonna go only for half a kilo actually. Yep, that's it. I'm gonna add some water to it. And to start with, I just put enough water until it covers the fruit and the sugar. And because persimmons pair very well with cinnamon, so I had some cinnamon bark at home, so I'm gonna just drop in a couple of cinnamon barks. That's what we have in the pot. I'm gonna put it on the stove and monitor as it cooks and taste the sweetness. So this is how it's going on now, and as you can see there is a thick layer of foam on top of this fruit and sugar mixture. Make sure you get rid of all this. I removed almost all the foam and just let it simmer on a very low heat. You don't want it to boil too high. I'm going to reduce the heat even more. So welcome to the second half of my episode 2. As you may notice, this is the second day. I started making the base of the jam yesterday, but I let it cool down to blitz it. But unfortunately, I got caught up with other stuff, so I just let it sit overnight. And now I'm ready to go ahead with blitzing and doing the rest of the work, which actually it wasn't a bad idea. So as I let this sit overnight, basically you see that it looks like a very, very firm, like jelly type texture. See, I have actually turned it exactly 90 degrees and it's pretty firm, but that's great. So remember, this was 1.3 kilograms of persimmons and only 500 grams of sugar, granulated raw sugar. I didn't add anything else other than just a few pieces of cinnamon bark. So it seems like the texture of this fruit itself is good enough to, turn it into like a jelly marmalade type. However, I'm going to add a little bit of acidity later on to it as well. So let's go ahead and blitz this and see. So before I do that, I just show you that we have, see, let's just cut it and it comes out like big pieces of jelly. We have the gelatinous part of the, see how thick it is? It's like you have cooked chicken feet. Just put that one aside and get the blitzer and start blitzing. So the degree of how mixed and how fine you want this mixture to be, it's all up to you. If you like to have chunks of the fruit, which is mainly the skin, inside your jam, just leave some chunky bits and pieces. Just one point to remember, make sure to pick the cinnamon barks out of this. Inside the pot a little bit, what I did in terms of blitzing it, I came up with a texture like this. You see that we have little, very tiny, chunky bits, and it's pretty much thick a very thick. I'm here to do the last touches. I kind of like a little bit of citrus zest in this because it is so sweet. Like when I taste it, this is great for what I want. But if you're doing it for your kids, I probably recommend another 200 grams of sugar to this. I like a little bit of acidity to it for balance because it has the spice, it has the sweetness. So I'm gonna go with this nice navel orange zest. I'm not gonna overkill it with orange zest because I don't want it to be very orangey. I want or citrusy. I want the taste of persimmon to be dominant. So this is how much I used. Very, very little. And then for its juice, I'm using the orange from my own garden. I have a tree in my garden. One day I'm going to show you. Its taste is really authentic, acidic and sweet and strong orange. I don't mind if a few seeds will go into this because normally that will help adding pectin. So I'll basically drop a couple of these seeds, but not the broken ones. I keep the broken ones out. And I just squeeze. Yeah, I've got a few more seeds in there. I like to add a pinch of salt. I'm gonna finish one orange juice. I think the juice of an orange in 1.3 kilos of persimmon is a fair call. And I do the last taste. Yep, that's good. Now I'm happy. So this goes on the stove to be just to simmer. And I'll just wait and see how long it takes until it gets to the consistency that I like. It's already good, but just want everything to come together and the juices and everything that we added to bind well. Hi again, and good afternoon this time. As you may notice, this is in the afternoon now, and my jam is ready. So it's, I can tell you that it simmered over the medium heat or actually low heat for about 1.5 hours. So this texture and this consistency was pretty much good for me. That was something that I liked, and it is giving me kind of like 2 medium-sized jar, which is enough. Just to show you actually how it looks, I'm gonna put just part of it in a jar, in a small jar, to show you the thickness of the jam. And so that's how it looks. It's very, very good, nicely set, and taste-wise, as I said again in the previous part of the same episode, it's not too sweet, which is good for us. We can use it on, as jam or as sweetener for cakes and biscuits and whatever you are going to make, on crepes. So I'm quite sure that it has many uses. Other than that, it's very tasty, and it's with one of my favorite winter fruits. So I hope you make this nice jam and enjoy it with your family. Have a lovely evening.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.